Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome back to FTRL and thank you for joining us for round 9 in Division 1 of Season 8 with the Belgium Grand Prix. I'm joined tonight once again by FTRL Panini and Rich T Gaming. Evening chaps, how are we?
Afternoon. Not too bad, yeah.
Evening.
Okay, how do we feel about Belgium in 2018?
Well, all I can say is it looks very bright in qualifying.
Can't disagree with that. It's one of them tracks where if you're involved in an early incident, you can really harm your race, especially the
However,
safety cars.
I'm going to say this, I've just looked at tyres. There's only 3 cars that are not on the super zone.
It could be rain. Am I right in saying this is one of your more knowledgeable tracks, Simon?
Well, they're all fairly knowledgeable.
Well, you know most of the names of the corners here.
Yeah.
It's a track on the F1 calendar, Simon knows about it.
Yeah.
Always.
Now, what we don't want to see tonight is another FTRL tribute to the 1998 start, which we sort of did in performance, didn't we?
Yeah, we immortalised that in performance. That was a very big part of that. I was in the middle of that one again. It's a recurring theme.
Yeah, you and I both got caught up in that one. I thought I'd managed to dodge my way through it, and then right at the last moment I came across a wild Pagani, so yeah.
Yeah, I do that. Two more decided to come up with
I mean, yeah, you saying about the possibility of maybe a rain affected session, there are some grey clouds up there.
Dutch going through a rouge on a fast lap? Is he going to be flat? No question. Oh,
Brand's had a moment.
Oh, that was very lucky for Dutch.
Dutch looks like he's running a lot of downforce, so.
I seem to remember Brand saying that he was more or less flat through Eau Rouge at every lap. So, sorry we caught that, Brand.
I mean, it's got to be said, Dutch isn't on a push lap here. He's running 2 ERS. So, bit of a feeler for the championship leader.
Rovers is on a fast one, but Connor's in the way.
And so, Plexits looks like he's chilling at the moment as well. Just going around in 2 and 3 ERS.
I think all of the big guns like to keep the powder dry. I'm going for lap and leave it wet at the very end. I mean, I can't do that because I bottle it, but... yeah, Dutch has gone to no ERS on the bus stop.
A 1:41.9.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I'm not in Div 1.
Oh, the time that Dutch did with no ERS is my faster time. Fantastic, this bodes well for tomorrow.
Well, Remco's done a 41.9 and I did see him running in no ERS for part of that lap.
Yeah, all I can think is it's not going to rain in this session and they'll wait until it gets a bit quicker at the end of the session to go for a lap, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a 141.9 on a not even rubbing in track yet. So,
Well, we know the weather could well play a part in the race, because I think just about every FTRL race we've done around Belgium, one of the divisions has had a rain affected race.
yeah, I mean, your luck last season in posting lobbies, as we said, was the first.
Yeah, I've been pretty good this season.
I'd have been a lot quicker in Div 2 last season. Wasn't all about weather.
Yeah, I think you might have topped the league.
I wouldn't go that far.
Being the wet specialist, everyone called you.
Don't know where it came from. But, yeah.
Well, we've got
I didn't do
City Posh and Hammer Time 95 in the chat. Hi guys. Hammer Time's questioning the super soft runner's strategy, saying they'll lose performance after 3 or 4 laps.
Just like to confirm that Chinese Senna is actually Ox, just something different. I can't.
Oh yeah,
So Zach
well done. I'd completely
Tom
forgotten
Papa
about that.
on another set of super softs.
I think that's it really. There isn't anything else.
What people are going to have to realise is it's a very long lap at Spa, but things can go bad very quickly.
So Pagani, regarding your nickname, Wet Specialist, bar in the rain, is it fun? Is it?
I think if you know it's going to rain, you're going to have to run a wet setup in quali, just to make sure you get through a route safely in the race, because it is dangerous. I mean, a lot of guys just think, oh, I'll just run a dry setup in the wet. I mean, if they do, we're going to see a lot of crashes at our route tonight. If it rains, of course.
With like times like with a 141.9, do you think they are dry setups?
Wait, my dry setup's a 44.1, so I mean, I'm not particularly quick in one lap pace, but I never am. So. However, we've got Zach starting another flying lap on the super soft.
Yeah, I wish my Williams did what he did in Division 2.
I think it might have something to do with the driver. Just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, but you know, this is on pole. So,
I mean, I felt the same last week seeing the Renaults finish 1-2.
which leading on to that, we are missing one of those, the race winner.
Yep. Internet issues yet again striking him down. But
Yeah,
hopefully all will be resolved at the end of the week for him. That'd be FTRL Panda.
Unwell Panda. If he hadn't had the internet issues, what do you think he'd be challenging for?
Well, I think about where Braun's going to finish, because he seems very evenly matched. Even though Braun's just come into the league, he's obviously set the site as a teammate for the one to beat. So, I mean, he's locked horns in both races so far.
Well, I've stayed on board with Zach for this lap. Wow!
So he found another 3 tenths on that lap, or just shy of 3 tenths.
That's 3 seconds quicker. No. 2 seconds quicker than mine. My 1 lap pace anyway. My race pace is a cushion I don't want to take.
Oh, Remco's hit the curb of death at Pouon and it's spun him into the wall.
You got damage? Yeah.
Yep, front left has gone. Done that a few times in practice myself.
Rovers may have had a wobble up over Rouge as she's getting out of the way of people. Div1's coming up over Rouge. Wow.
I did a practice session with Ravers, and the setup we were using there, he had moments at a route, I think 3 to 4 times in one race.
Well, Tico's just moved into P2, just 300ths off of Zach's time. So, very good effort.
We've got Panda watching the stream, well, even though they can't race, still.
Plexits has just gone provisional pole.
6,000. God damn. I mean, considering this is probably the longest lap on the F1 calendar, 6,000 in 1 lap, that's just bonkers.
Can only dream of getting a 141 here.
Problem's quite snuck up in the fifth.
Part of the track.
In 42 flat.
Yeah, I was just going to say about Frome, he could be quite handy in the race, having claimed that this is probably his favourite track on the calendar, I think I read.
However, Dutch has been 1/10 slower on the soft tyre.
Do we think he could go back out on the supers, or?
Hopefully Brand can get out and settle that time. I think he must have been validated. I've seen him out, so he must have been validated instead of him. Yeah.
Well, I think he might have had a couple of incidents on his previous efforts. I know we saw him a bit sideways at Eau Rouge, and he's confessed in the chat to having spun at the end of the lap somewhere.
Chicken Dude is about to start a lap.
Cress is going up Eau Rouge now. Let's see how he takes it. Yep, no dramas there.
I think for those guys struggling with Eau Rouge now, the race could be trouble. I mean, with a full fuel load, it tends to make the car do weird things, especially through Eau Rouge.
An update on Panda's internet issue is he has it and it's getting that activated on Thursday, so all being well, let's hope he's back in the GT Sport League. Well, back for it, should I say.
Right, into the final 3 minutes of the session, so everyone that's in the pit lane will be heading out for their final run.
I was going to say, I think both Red Bulls have gone out very early. Well, just caught the back end where the last 3 minutes of the session where the track's a little bit quicker. I mean, they're in Div 1 and I'm not, so...
Well, Cress improves to P7 with a 42.3. Chicken Dude coming through the final chicane now. Improves to P8 on a 42.3, only 200 slower than his teammate.
So they're like us two then.
They are. Evenly matched.
Aaron's made a bold statement. A 141.4 will be Paul, and it'll be Zach.
But unless he claims Zach and his predictor, I don't really care what he thinks, to be honest. I mean,
Panda, Dutch for Paul. Do we think anyone can steal it in the last minute and 20 we've got left?
Well,
I
I
was on
mean,
board with Joe through Rouge, and I think he's invalidated because he went straight down to 0 on ERS.
See if he gets back around for it.
well, if you take into consideration that Dutch has done a 42.1 on softs, he's now in. He's on the super softs now on a track that's as rubbered in as it's going to get.
He's only got one lap though. So any mistake. He could go Rouge well. Those went good. Here comes Dutch on his lap.
Well, Panda in the chat knows what he'd do if he was in Dutch's position, and that would be stay on the soft tyre.
I'm afraid to say it because we've got a few Ravers fans in the chat, but I think Ravers has had a wiggle on his last lap because he's on 0 ERS.
Right, so of the top 5, I think that Remco's going to be the first across the line, and he's backed out of that.
Gonna be Tico next.
So Throne
There
is
goes my
coming up
predictor.
behind him.
Thank Ramco.
Tico going in the bus stop chicane.
Zach's not going to be improving, he's retired. Tico's gone pole.
Wow! Oh, 1,000! Are you kidding me? Where's Dutch?
Dutch is coming up to Blanchimont.
Glad you know the names. Dutch into the bus stop chicane.
There you go, you got that one.
Yes, opening. Wow.
Dutch takes pole. Where's
Plexit
Plexit?
coming at the line.
Plexit nicks it.
Even fast there. Joe Burns improved, I think. Maybe a little bit. Might not done. I don't know. Finish a lap. There we go. I'm good at this commentary stuff. He did improve by 1/10. So good effort, Joe.
So there's only a tenth of a second separating the top 4 over a 7-kilometre lap.
See what I mean about the knowledge?
Look, we've all got Google.
Yeah, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make you feel better.
So,
So Bran
You
didn't
are
get a
Google.
lap in the end.
That seems more like Ask Jeeves personally, but you know.
FTRL Jeeves. Well, that looks bright.
that's going to be a new account now.
Right, while we're waiting for the guys to load up and do their formation lap, we'll just, I think we'll run through the championship order as it is. So, Dutch is currently leading the way on 136, with Plexit in second on 116. Then Zach is third on 95 points, with Remco on 76. Then Tim 12 is on 55, and Tico and Ox are both joint on 52. And down the bottom, there's still several drivers in danger of the drop, with only 4 races left to run this season. So they are Lennon, Super Gilles, Catamise, Button, Bran, Ravers, Chicken Guy. I mean, Joe's only on 20 points. I mean,
Yeah,
he should probably be safe on that, but never say never.
I think safety last season was something like 10 points. I mean, it's going to be higher than that this season.
Yeah, I mean, we only need one freak race. The whole thing can flip on its head.
I mean, the constructors is fairly tidy as well. I mean, McLaren are looking to pull away today with Toro Rosso only having one driver. So you've got
Yeah, I was
McLaren
gonna
on
bring that
188 leading the way. Well, both drivers here today. Toro Rosso in second with 179. But obviously they've only got Plexit here today. So he's going to have a tough job outscoring the McLarens.
Yeah, but he's outscored the McLarens for now. He's picked up 2 points by taking that pole position.
Dutch in the midweek was we're in a bit of shade at Toro, so saying RIP to them.
Knowing that they only had one driver this week, with Tim 12 being on holiday.
Now one sat behind the Toro, so who made the comments?
I mean, to be fair, Williams are in third place in the constructors on 103, and Zach has 95 of those points. So.
Who is the other Williams driver, sorry?
We don't have
Currently
another Williams driver.
Ah.
There was early on in the season.
Yep. Dutch and Plexits have come together on the formation lap.
Team Banana have struggled more than what I thought this season, but obviously with Aaron's decision mid-season, it sort of
Will's internet.
screwed the apple cart a bit. Yeah, Will's.
I mean, that's seriously hampered the Renault charge.
I mean, now they've got From. I mean, they've got a fighting chance. I mean, getting rid of Aaron sort of up their capability this season, I believe. I mean.
Yeah, I was say you really are pushing for a chat removal again, aren't you?
Well, I just call it as I see it. I mean, Aaron wasn't good enough this season. I mean, tried going to no traction, it just didn't work for him this season. So.
That's an interesting camera angle there, Codemasters, thank you.
Yeah, I just got that as well.
I had a nice tree.
Yep. Right, 5 lights are out and we're going Belgium. Plexits with a tidy start. Zach has had a rocket ship start. They all going to get round clean.
No contact term on.
Right, run down to Eau Rouge, and Zach is up into second place.
It's too wide. Ox and Ravers and Super Jules Pills is in the wall.
Oh,
As well as
Zach's
Oxox.
going to have this.
Yeah, Zach's got a great run. No, Plexit has held it.
Good defended.
Gramcourt inside a Dutch. Dutch rolls on.
Zach is looking very racy these opening exchanges.
So is Tico.
Yep. Through Pouon, they've exited almost side by side.
Oh,
Tico.
switch back.
Yep, great bit of driving from Tico, but he's run wide.
I was gonna say if he pulled that one off, would have had Aaron's mic turn back on as he made some sort of noise.
Well, that little bit of battling has just given Plexit a small bit of breathing room, and
Yellow
we've
flag.
lost
Jules
Jules.
Bills is retired. I don't know if that's because he had no front wing.
Tico's going to have a go into the bus stop. He's got the outside, which gives him the inside.
Ooh, Zach going for the switch back. Oh. Tico gets a good run that. These two fighting, like you said, he's allowing Plexit to just run away with us at the moment. But he's got a second already.
Yeah, I was going to say, just as it looked like he could have been under threat going into lap 3 in the DRS activation, he's pulling clear of it.
Ravers is up a couple of positions as well.
We've lost Lennon.
Ooh, Lennon's gone. Oxox is in the pits for mediums and a front wing.
Lennon can't blame me this week, I haven't mentioned him today.
Dutch is putting a move on Zach.
Ravers is looking racy. Got up 3 places and I think he's overtook Zach. Not Zach, I mean Cress even. I wish I could read English. I struggle at times.
Yeah, Ravers is not far from the top 6. It's about 6 tenths. Rome got past Remco in the midst of all that as well. That lead already from Plexit's 1.7 now.
But at the moment, Plexit is doing a CJ Payne from Div 2. When he gets to the front, he just run away.
Thrones all over the back of Zach in the bus stop.
Judging by how close Dutch is to Tico, I think Dutch wants to get past Tico. And we saw last week, these two did not play nicely.
Yeah, there's no seeing Ravers. Two Red Bulls, 8th and 9th. A lot like our 2 commentators. I mean, would you be happy with this, just at the moment? If it was you two tomorrow?
Happy with what?
Cress and Chicken Guy start? Just playing it cool and...
I'll be happy if I've still got a front wing at this point
I
tomorrow.
was going to say, if I've got through the first step with a front wing, that's an improvement on my last few races.
Or if you're not facing backwards at turn 1.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was facing backwards before turn 1.
Yeah, I was literally face to face with Simon. Nice.
Could see the whites
Yeah,
of his eyes.
Plexit has pulled that gap to 2 seconds now. These McLaren boys are going to have to work together or they're not going to catch his gap at all.
I think Panda made a good call though. They're both on the same strategy now, so it would have been a better team idea for one to be on a different strategy.
However, there's currently a train from 2nd place down to 9th place.
Oh, we love a train at FTRL.
Like, I mean, we do have a fat controller in the party. I mean, he's not commentating, but... Oh, Revs has had a wiggle at Eau Rouge.
Yeah, Dutch had one as well, but he's still got the run on Tico down the Kemmel Straight. And he's ahead before the braking zone.
Revs has lost a position to both Rebels. He's kept his wing, didn't touch the wall. But...
So, just looking down the field, Brand's had a decent start from 16th up to 10th.
Yeah.
Got his teammate Co-Andy keeping a close eye on him. Different tyre strategy at Haas.
Should work well in both their favours actually.
Looks like Joe Burns has started on the medium tyre and it doesn't look like he's paying off at the moment. Last time I
Man
checked,
on
he
the
was in
outside
front
of
of
Ravers.
Cat, now 2 seconds behind Cat.
Yeah, he's going to get him into the bus stop.
No, Ravers, hold on. Oh, bit of contact.
Rivers have got less ERS.
Into the sauce. Ravers holds it.
Like, I mean, really, you want to be behind at the source and get the run all the way up the road, don't you? You can see a battery.
All Brand's lifted off.
Zach has overtaken Tico.
Yep. Brand gets Ravers on the straight.
Zach got Tika. Not sure if anyone covered that. Johnny, you might have.
Pagani mentioned it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was being a professional commentator. I really did something to wait till I had a ginger finger, so I just mute my mic for a bit. Do apologise.
Just got that gap down. We're 8 tenths.
Yeah, now Dutch has cleared his teammate. He's started to interplex its lead. And Tico, I think, may be struggling on that super soft tyre at this point, as the cars around him are going quicker.
We just had a comment from Matt Cause in the chat. Dutch catching plex, it's rapidly.
Well, we've got Zach, Tico and Chicken Guy in the pit lane.
I mean, if Chicken Guy is in the pits this early, you know something's going to happen because he's normally the best on his diet. They're all going at the medium, so they won't try and go at the end.
Oh, Tika and Zach are right behind each other.
Yeah, well, they came in together, they've left together. We've got a virtual safety car, Ravers is out.
Ravers at Eau Rouge.
I was going to say I'm going to...
on.
I was going to say it's ready on actually.
Yeah, I thought you might get it in.
That's got him. So, the Ravers fan club will be crying into their carlins right now.
Someone say Carlin.
If we did.
Oh. The Ravers Revenge fan club will be crying into theirs tonight.
I'm raising a can in honour of our fallen comrade.
Who? Zed Peteman's got that because he said, "Oh, did lap 5." I mean, he usually predicts lap 3, so you're not far wrong. But... virtual safety car is back in.
Oh, it must be said, Dutch has got a great start on that.
What was it? Dutch has got a hell of a run on his back straight down a bunch of them.
Johnny, I didn't even know that. You've got the knowledge as well.
I only know that corner because I've gone around the outside of that in the rain. So it's...
Right, the race leaders are in the pits.
Rome stays out. Rome goes in. That's...
Remco's in, Cress is in.
So, the virtual safety car on that lap would have negated the possible undercut that Tico and Zach would have got. I mean, they're ahead, but not by as much as they could have been.
Yeah.
Has Tico got a run?
8 mile an hour difference on the straight, so I want to guess so.
Yep, Tico's ahead going into Lacom.
Aaron's made a big, brash, bold call from the back seat of the commentary booth. Then From will go on soft till the end.
Can be done.
I mean, I've heard rumours of you trying it, but I'm not sure what lap you've actually going to take a super still.
Well, I did 13 or 14 laps on the soft.
From just had a wiggle in his middle sector.
Chicken goes battling Plexits.
The difference is those were fresh super softs I was on, not a set of super softs that had done an out lap, a flying lap and an in lap.
Plexits a squeeze, Chicken Dude. But
Oh, Chicken Dude. Run. And a Force India is coming straight through their Remco.
Does
Can he get a double?
Damage? He's
just
lifting.
seemed like he's just eased off.
He just lifted it to go through Belgium. Brom is in pit lane.
He's in the pits. Plexits is in. I think the right side of his wing was missing.
It definitely is now.
Yeah, I was going to say, just make sure of it.
Brom is out on the soft tyre. Aaron called it. I mean, I don't like to say when you got something right, but he called it.
Remco and Chicken going right ahead of him. I think he just likes the colour coordination.
Plexit's got damage driving out of the pit lane.
Oh.
Just seen it in the stream chat.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything about that because I've done that in the past. I'll probably do it tomorrow. It'd be like a reverse Matt calls then, wouldn't it? Like going out of pit then rather than into pit lane.
He wasn't going into pits.
Well, he ended up there.
Not a huge gap either between Tico and the leader because of that virtual safety car.
So, top 4 cars always pit stop.
I'm currently looking at a Haas 1-2.
I'm also getting told to be quiet by a certain Matt calls in the chat, but you know, that's what a commentator does, they talk, so I can't really help that. All on the back of Chicken Dude, going at the bus stop.
Yeah, it's gone to the inside.
Makes a mistake. Is he going to get Remco down the straight? I mean, a good run.
Yep, this should be
Yeah,
an easy move.
Academies and Kawandi are side by side. Still side by side.
Still side by side.
So you remember that sneeze that I couldn't get out at the start of the race?
Has it finally been released?
It came in freeze.
Congratulations.
I managed to sneeze my microphone off my head.
Good effort. Right, our net race leader, Tico, is closing in on the back of Joe Burns.
He's also pulled a little gap on the back on Zach, and now a second gap. But interesting to see what Froome can do. He's got 3.5 seconds to Dutch, but he's on the soft tyre compared to medium.
Is anybody getting a bit of deja vu from last week's race and Ox and Plexix found themselves in similar positions at the same point in the race?
Well, From's giving it a bloody good go. He's as fast as that. Kawandi and Academy still haven't finished their battle. Kawandi's going to go back from the outside.
Yep, Tico's making a move on Joe.
But it's nice to see that the Ravers fan club haven't deserted us since Ravers crashed out. They've gone on to support his teammate in Joe Burns. So nice to see, lads. Keep it up.
Oh, Joe Burns! Oh. Touched the inside curb. That was very dangerous.
Yeah, we saw what that can do with Remco in qualifying.
Tico's now on the back of Academies, and Zach is on the back of Joe Burns, which is allowing Dutch to catch Zach. It's all happening.
Well, we like it.
Tico ran the outside at Blanchimont. It's brave.
Brexit has called it a day. Zach's trying to get past Joe Burns, but Joe Burns is holding it. He's not letting them go.
Hashtag.
Well, it's for
FTRL.
position, so he's got every right to.
I mean, he's a Liverpool fan, so they are renowned for letting the lead slip. But I mean, we'll let that go.
I like that a lot.
I think Zach's going to get him down there.
Well, Joe
Front straight, one of the straight.
Joe holding Zach behind has allowed Dutch to come right into this, and Dutch
Okay,
might
Dutch is
have a
going.
go at both of them.
That's one thing I would never want to see behind me is a Dutch drift with 20 miles an hour more than me in a straight line. Like, you're quick enough, fella, slow down. Got a question from a Team Banana driver in Panda.
Yeah, I was
Asked
just gonna
FTRL
bring that up.
Jeeves. Favourite cheese?
Favourite cheese?
There is another question, but I'll let you answer the first one first. Academy's got a wiggle on, coming on. He's moved over onto Zach. Oh, bit of contact. I don't think he's lost wing now.
Oh, goodness. Not a place to be going side by side.
Oh, Cat's still fighting this, and Dutch is in
Oh,
there.
Dutch is there. Oh, I was on board with Zach and I saw
Yeah.
Dutch up the inside.
Rather abrupt hello.
From is now only a second and a half behind these battle. Zach is all over the Black Academies.
Yeah.
They're going to go three wide.
Dutch.
Shades of Schumacher and Hakkinen. Well, it was a bit earlier in the straight, but still.
Double
Same
overtake
effect
for
though. Dutch playing the role of Hakkinen there. It worked perfectly.
Oh, Ox has gone. I'm gonna guess that was Eau Rouge, but I'm not sure.
11 drivers left.
Burns is now catching Cat, so I'm gonna guess Cat means the tyres are beginning to die. We've done 11 laps on them soft tyres. Another virtual
Another VSC. Alright, well, while we've got this VSC, we'll answer the questions. So
I don't think you want to answer the second one.
I might have an answer for that one. The cheese, Wensleydale with cranberry.
Again, I didn't even know that was a cheese.
I'm going to say it's going to be Red Leicester all day long, personally, but okay. And then from Mr. FTRL,
I don't mind a brie. So to
league owner,
answer Aaron's question, who would I cuddle on the grid and why? I would cuddle Joe Burns because I think he bloody needs a good cuddle. Miserable so-and-so. I think a good hug would sort him right out.
Aaron's gone on to the Super Softs with 9 laps to go. That VSC has helped him quite a lot.
Academy is been overtaken by Joe Burns, and From is trying to get both of them. He gets Cat though. Joe Burns holds it.
Who would you cuddle, Pagani? And why?
Probably Lennon, because like he's the unluckiest bugger in this division that I know. Whatever he tries, he loses a wing. Whatever happens, he loses a wing. So.
Well, Joe is still proving troublesome to pass. Oh no. Now, the only saving grace from that, I think, from Thrones, did he get any damage?
Does look like it.
If he has, it's the right side of his wing.
Doesn't look as though he has.
I didn't see anything break off, but it has dropped him to last place.
Those tyres as well. It's not going to do them any justice.
Kawandi is finally in the pits. So we actually have our net race leader actually in the lead of the race again.
Well,
McLaren won too.
Yeah, we've got our net top 3. So Remco's got to be the next car to have a go at Joe.
It's going to be interesting to see how far Brand can make it up with his super soft tyres. I mean, it's a very narrow spread between 1st and 11th, really.
Yeah.
The entire field. And there's only 19.7 seconds separating first and last.
Well, those super soft tyres are looking pretty good at the moment. He's Brand's looking at moves on Cress in some less than conventional overtaking places.
Yeah, personally, wouldn't go for it there.
To be fair, that's every
road,
single one of my overtaking spots is unconventional.
That's because you overtaking is unconventional. Sorry, Pagani, I had to. It was
Fair
there.
comment, I'm not going to try and deny it. Cat is finally coming to pits after lap 13, but he's going to come out miles behind everyone else.
I mean, me getting through a Div 2 race without an incident is unconventional. in before. Well, Joe Burns is still going round on that medium tyre.
If it was possible, he'd probably go for a no stuff, but
I mean, at some point you got to think, like, is he losing time now, or like, surely if he pits, he can make the supers last to the end. I mean, Brand's done 2 laps already.
I was saying, Brand's already put 2 laps on his.
But hey, I'm not in Div 1, so I can't really.
Well, just looking, despite the incident that Frome had, he's up into P8 and he is on the back of Bran.
So Panda is blaming Aaron for his teammate's unfortunate incident, and me accidentally. So, again, I'll put the curse on someone.
I say, at any point did we curse anyone?
I don't think there's been a race where I haven't cursed someone. Joe Burns finally pits.
do we think that if they get close enough, that Dutch and Tico will fight for this lead?
No, because they'll be in a party together. Last week they were just battling for the end of the podium, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, what they don't want to do now is throw away a 1-2 with their closest challengers, Toro Rosso, not scoring a point. Well, only scoring 2 points for Plexit's pole.
You'd think this Panda fella would be a commentator, wouldn't you? I mean, he's already spotted Chicken Guy having a good race. I mean...
I think he's had some experience, but...
Yeah, I mean... He must have done it before. I mean, he's seen things before I see them, so... Good on you. And I'm not cursing you or your internet before you start. I'm not saying anything about that.
You just did. Shh.
Sorry, Panda. I expect to get a router sent to me in bits now. Frome is right on the back of Bran, even though he's on the harder tyres with 5 laps extra wear.
I was going to say, it's our only real battle on track at the moment.
It might not be over for Team Banana just yet.
Well, Brand just gave Frome the squeeze there. Fairly, in my opinion. Left him racing room.
The Team 12's made it into the chat with some crying faces for Toro Rosso. I mean, it doesn't look good, I'm not going to lie to you.
Little fun fact about Chicken Guy, he has 3 chickens. That's the name.
Yeah, fact you know well, having discussed it with him in depth during a GT Sports stream.
Yeah,
Ron's up past Bran.
my favourite ever interview, that is.
I mean,
purely for the fact I thought he liked chicken, just like eating them. But
I mean, no, you've got right down to the reason why he's called Chicken Guy.
the lifelong question is, who yet to be answered? whether he comes first or the egg.
That might not be an age-related topic that we can actually discuss for the watershed, but you know.
Wait, oh, I've got 2 minutes.
You're talking about things that shouldn't be heard by little ears.
I was talking about Chicken Guy currently not being first, and that's...
You worry about chickens coming before eggs. I mean, that's just, you know. Right, to change the subject, Panda reckons that Steven and Sons, he kicked his router.
I mean, I'm sure he'd like Stephen and Zunzi to kick his router.
He's getting quite worrying, this obsession with Stephen and Zonson on Panda.
Well, you say that, but it's a bit like the Pre-8 Ovens obsession with Glenn Whelan.
Yes, we don't talk about that. I'm gonna send him to a support group soon.
Yeah, that's an unhealthy obsession.
Brandon
Yes.
Man is still in the back of Rome. I mean, we're going to see a bit of a change in this battle with Pioneer coming into play. Frome's been on the soft for 10 laps.
Dutch has taken 9/10 out of Tico.
Yeah, but you say about the tyre wear, how long are those super softs going to be good for?
I did half a run on a soft tyre. I've done no other running since, so I'm not sure. Again, I'm prepared. Panda's still talking about Stephen and Zunzi in the chat. And then Dan asking somebody that's in the party without talking to them if anything happened. I mean, could you ask him, or I mean, he's here around us.
Now that the watershed has passed,
God, I dread to think.
bearing in mind the chicken is currently 5th, yeah, that's a topic we could discuss.
I mean, currently chicken is in front of Cress, so I mean, vegetarianism is behind chicken, so there you go.
Protein coming 3 places ahead. Okay,
Right, we're past 9 o'clock, so I can say this. What the fuck is going on?
I'm glad you've asked that because I'm as confused as you are.
I mean, Frome has pulled away from Bran. I don't know if Bran's had a wiggle, because the gap's gone 1.4 seconds.
Cress has caught one to the back of him.
Interesting fact, Cress and Dutch, only drivers on track not to have 1 warning.
Oh!
Well, you're saying about Bran having a moment, he was very wide there.
I'd also like to get Bran in an interview one day, and just discuss his name as well.
Well, his first name's Bran, his surname's Glover.
And he believes he's the man. There you go. Case solved.
Oh, I thought it was pronounced Glover. Bran the man. Yeah. That makes sense. What I thought, anyway.
Right, the two McLarens are half a second apart now.
Dan, how do you spell glove?
Globe.
Right.
Yeah, think about how Clover's spelled, and then just put it with a G. You don't call it Clover. What?
Bran the man Glover. Okay.
I mean, a valid argument, but
But Dan, how do you spell glow?
Glow.
Right. Okay. I'll leave you boys to it.
mic
Being one of
drop.
those sort of races at the moment, isn't it? It's sort of everything's spread out at the moment.
Well,
I mean, there's a second and a half between everybody.
I think the McLaren boys are trying to give us something to focus
Press.
on.
Cress
Bran.
on Brandon.
Sorry for going honest, stole your thunder there.
That's fine. I'll just remember it for next time.
Thank you.
Ponder asking, is that Ted Kravitz? Big Ted? Aaron, are you Ted Kravitz? / Big Ted?
No. I'm
That
All
language
over.
for that answer.
the man with the plan. Glover.
The man with the collar.
Yeah.
Bonzo's not very happy with your F-bomb in commentary.
Sorry, team. Frome needs to hold 3 seconds to Cress to keep position.
Yeah, well, Frome's also catching chicken guy.
He is.
Cueing the McLaren crash and takes them both out, and Zach wins the race.
We said our chicken dude earlier, but From is catching him on these 12 lap old softs.
Pronunciation gate from Pete Man.
I mean, you can't tell the people that were supporting Ravers in the chat, can you?
First of all, sorry Don for my F-bomb. Matt calls, can I have an invite to your wedding please? No. And that's a brilliant idea by Panda, the last one.
I think so too.
I don't agree.
This gap's getting closer between two McLaren.
Yeah, we're focused on them.
Oh, Brand's had a moment. Oh, nearly went into his teammate. Wow. Good reactions from Andy.
Has Bran reached the end of these super soft tires?
Obviously had his brand flakes this morning.
Oh, Bran's had a wiggle. Bran's caught the curb, coming out with no name. But now we've got grass on his tyres going through pool one. Joe Burns is catching him quickly. The first thing he's done quickly all day, but he's catching him quickly.
Dutch is gaining.
Is he going to make a move?
I think Dutch is going to wait until Camel Straight.
Well, onto the final lap we go.
That's not that far behind either.
He comes a little bit sideways coming out of the sauce app. Is it happening? It is happening.
Yes, Pagani, it is.
I mean, it's already named a hairpin, but I had to reaffirm it to myself that it was a hairpin.
I'm pretty sure Tico eased off going up a Rouge.
Here comes
Here
Dutch.
comes Dutch. Oh,
Dutch is
He's made the
passed.
move.
I mean, Aaron's comment earlier about Dutch not having any warnings. I know Tico's got at least one penalty to his name, so Dutch didn't have to make the move, but I think he's just hammered home a point there.
Can I make one quick point?
okay.
Last lap, pressure's on, going up a Rouge, right behind your teammate. This is exactly why Dutch is the reigning champion and championship leader.
Point well made.
I'm going to say it, best driver in FTRL history.
From is 2.5, wait, a quarter of a second behind Chicken Dude. Things are going to be moving the bus stop chicane.
He's going to lose out to Cresto on
And
penalties.
on Glover/Glover gate, Danny Glover. That's from Dom.
Is he the fella from Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
Don't know. Dutch is coming over the line. Dutch wins in
Hashtag well.
spot.
Okay.
Tico second, Zach third. Remco coming home in fourth.
Throwing chicken guy side by
Going
side in the
Chicken
bus
Dude to go
stop.
for it. Nicely played, boys. Nice and clean. I mean, last lap, anything could have happened, but kept it clean. Rest gets thrown on penalties, as Aaron said.
Brilliant drive from the Red Bulls, massive result for them.
Joe Burns gets Brand the man on penalties. And Catamese is spun at the last corner.
So the non-point scoring streak continues for Catamese, I believe.
Well, I don't want to tempt fate, but with Plexits doing what he did tonight, unfortunately, that seems like a game, set and match to Dutch, I think.
Yep, it kind of feels that way.
Simple fact is, if Plexits DNFs next week, Dutch wins the championship.
Confirmed.
So who am I inviting to the party? Dutch,
Tico and Zach.
Zach won't
Zach
come,
will
so it'll
make
be
it.
Remco. It'll be Remco, mate.
Cool.
Aaron, Panda says to get Bran in. Is that happening?
Hello guys.
Hello.
Hey. Hi guys. After 1 week break, I'm back.
Yeah, right, well, the top three got in nice and quickly, so we'll get the podium interview started. Dutch, as you said, you've had a 1 week break, or blip, whatever you want to call it, last week. Back to winning ways this week. It was a clean race for you. I don't think you had... Did you get any warnings in that race? I don't think I saw your name
One warning.
pop up anywhere.
Yeah, in the middle sector, a stupid one that I could have avoided, but it was so hard pushing to try and catch Tico that I got a warning, but I knew I wasn't gonna get a penalty, so it wouldn't matter.
So, your nearest rival, Plexit's non-scored tonight. Well, he got 2 points for pole position, but retired from the race. And I think we've done the maths that if he DNFs next week and you take the win, that's championship over. You focusing on that scenario at this point, or are you just going to take it race by race to the end of the season?
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I have a clean race next week and the week after if it's needed. But yeah, I think I have to focus on myself and not on Plexit.
I mean, the pressure's on Plexits now to keep it going.
Yeah, he needs to make a move in the race, and I can just let him go if I need to, because I think if I maybe outscore him in 5 points, next week I'm champion already, if I'm right. 5 or 6 points.
So going on to that final lap, we were saying at the end of the sort of commentary there that I suppose sort of your character and the sort of sureness of being able to hold it through Eau Rouge and make a move on Tico, your teammate, on the final lap, possibly jeopardising a 1-2 finish, but still going for it anyway, having the composure to do it, I think speaks volumes for the driver you are. So, you know, I think it impressed the hell out of all of us in commentary that you actually done that and got it to stick.
Yeah, I really wanted to overtake him on track, because I think that you have a really good win if you overtake him on track and not on penalties.
Yeah,
It feels better for me.
Yeah, I said I thought you wanted to make the point, so yeah, I think you made your point.
Yeah.
Well, another great display from you, so congratulations on yet another FTRL Division 1 victory.
Thank you, man.
Oh, right, hang on. It's me, innit? Sorry, I do this every week. I should be ready by now. Diego, it's been a while since you've been up here. How does it feel to be back on the podium?
Yeah, feels good. Yeah, it took way too long. But yeah, being second.
Been some unfortunate incidents lately. I mean, you missed one race. I mean, some lag took you out of one race. Your wheels turned off in another race. I mean, is this season just what could have been? I mean, obviously you got the pace.
Yeah, I think I could have challenged Dutch for the championship, but yeah, some incidents and not being on the level. Yeah.
I mean, obviously when you've picked each other as teammates, you've obviously gone in thinking, we can win this title. I mean, it's a huge point off for McLaren with, I mean, 2 points going to Toro Rosso. Do you reckon you can wrap that up fairly soon now? I mean...
Yeah, I think we are absolutely going to win the constructors. They both didn't score this time, or Plexit's 2 points, so we are 30 points ahead. The constructors, maybe more. I think more.
Final bit from me. I mean, you've obviously seen Dutch closing in on you from after he made his pit stop and you were up front because you undercut him. I mean, as soon as you knew it was Dutch, I mean, obviously you were in a party together.
Yeah.
Did your heart sink when you saw it was Dutch behind you? Thought, oh, he's going to get close to me at the end of this race, or was it, oh, I've got a penalty, I'm not going to...
Yeah, I knew it already. I'm not going to pull away from it. The gap was 1.5 seconds and I had 1 penalty, so I'm not going to pull 1.5 seconds away. And then when he came close, I thought, yeah, I could dive him here, but yeah, I got a penalty. But still, yeah, decent move. Not the best, but yeah, no.
It's nice to see some rivalry inside the team, but I mean, 1-2 for McLaren. I mean, can't say better than that. So well done, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Lucky not to get onto the podium today, Remke. From what looked like a very decent qualifying as well. Do you want to talk us through your qualifying lap and then...
Well, I think it actually was my worst qualifying ever because I had 3 stints, of course, but I made my lap in. I set my lap in the first stint, which, well, normally you are the fastest in the second or the third, but I just messed up the other 2 stints, which didn't go well at all. So, but I still put a P5, so that was pretty okay, because I knew that Tico, Dutch, Plexit, Frome, and Zach were probably faster in the race, which they were in the end. Well, even though only in the first stint, because in the second stint I could follow, but I was just too far ahead. I mean, I was too far back to be able to get even close to them. Yeah, didn't feel like a very good result, but it's still a P4.
There's a point where you went up a Rouge and you was onto the Camel Straight, and I think it was Zach and someone else battling, and you was just literally about to carve your way through literally the middle of them both. Past the watershed. So, what made you have these like balls of steel to just put your nose in the middle of these two battling?
Ooh, I don't remember that battle. If I was in that battle, there was with Zach and
it was someone else. I'm not sure. I think it was one of the medium runners.
I don't think I was that because I haven't battled Zach in this race.
No,
I think
it
close
was,
to Zach.
It was definitely a Force India carving his way through.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think it was me.
I had one moment with Zach and Katamish, I think. On the straight and we went 3 wide.
I was going to say, I think we alluded to that one, Dutch, where we I referred to you as Hakkinen in that 2001 situation.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, are you disappointed with today's race, Remco? Are you happy? What's the overall feeling?
It definitely didn't feel like my best race because I know that my pace at Belgium is good, which I showed in the second stint, but I just didn't perform well in the first stint at all. I got overtaken by Froome, so I was in P6. Couldn't follow. The safety car didn't help at all because Tico and Zek undercut us with like 3 seconds, I think. So and then I got stuck in traffic. They got through the traffic quicker than I did, and then the race was like kind of over. I only had to maintain the gap to Chicken Guy, and that was it. But yeah, it didn't feel like my best race. No.
Not a lot of penalties picked up today for, well, most of the grid. Russia is very possible to get a lot of penalties. How do you fare around there?
I've never done a race at Russia yet, but I know that in time trial I'm pretty good at it, at least in the wet. So I'm hoping for some rain, which I also hoped for today, but I didn't get it. Yeah, I have no idea. I hope to be able to avoid the penalties and get some rain and maybe get a first win, which I'm hoping for.
Just looking at the table before this race, sorry, you was in fourth. Are you looking to get that gap off Zach, who was on 95 points and has finished 1 position ahead of you? Do you feel like you can catch him with 3 races to go?
Well, I think on pace he is just a little bit quicker than me, but if he makes some mistakes, which I don't, which I haven't this season at least, then yeah, it's only a race win gap. I think it's only 19 points, 20 points, so why not? Yeah.
Nonetheless, mate, congratulations on your P4 and good to see you on the podium next week.
Did you guys actually saw what happened to Plexit?
Yeah, I did. So well, I heard it at least.
I was behind him in the pit.
Yeah, in the pit exit, he hit the wall and got damaged.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he was gutted.
Aaron, are you interviewing our fourth member since you're here, or?
I didn't even know we had a fourth member, but I can do. Who's the fourth member?
We invited Bran, who's been
Okay.
having decent races, the last couple of races, just to see how he's been.
No problem at all. Bran, good evening, mate. How are you, first of all?
Yeah, I'm right. I don't actually know why I'm in here. Everyone was making fun of me in chat, and then I in so.
No,
I don't know why I'm on the podium interviews.
No, well, in fairness, mate, we tend to try and bring somebody else in into the podium interview each week. But last couple of weeks, it seems like your pace has picked up. With all due respect, a bit more than what it was maybe at the start of the season. Obviously, I know you had the unfortunate incident in Hungary last week, and you had a good result, obviously, in the end tonight with bar a couple of spins and whatnot. But has this pace kind of always been there for you?
I don't know really. I suppose if on my day, yeah, I think I've got decent pace, but yeah, I just need to be consistent really, and then I think if I was more consistent, I'd be higher up in the championship.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been in here for probably the length of the whole season now, given the fact you came in at the end of last season, I believe, or midway through.
Yeah.
Obviously, come straight into Division 1. How are you sort of finding it? I know you kind of found your feet a little bit. Obviously, what do you think of the pace and everything like that? Give us your kind of overview on it.
Well, yeah, there's some quick guys in here, on the podium today, and it's pretty much impossible for me to keep up with them. But yeah, I think consistently being in the points is my aim, which I've done most races this season. So yeah, I think my target's not get relegated, and at the moment, I think I'm just above the relegation zone. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, I think obviously towards when you first came in, the first few races, it's always hard to settle into a new league. And like I said, those point finishes just eluded you. You was finishing like 11th and 12th and whatever. But like I said, this season you managed to kind of find your way into the points. Do you think that the guys coming up are all kind of, well, the guys that came up have kind of matched your pace a little bit, so it has been a real scrap for points? Or do you think you've kind of just pushed on now, you've settled in?
Well, I think last season I did have the pace to get in the points, but got involved in a few incidents, got crashed out a few times, and yeah, the people coming up this season, yeah, it's been hard to stay above them. Everyone in this league's quite quick, so yeah, it's been quite hard to match them. But yeah, I definitely think I can match them, if not be quicker than them.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, last couple of questions for you. First of all, there was a debate going on during the race about how you pronounce your surname. I said it was Glover. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it is Glover. It's not Glover. It's Glover
Yeah,
and not
I
Glover.
don't. I'd like to apologise publicly on behalf of FTRL to the world for Rich T Gaming's pronunciation of your surname. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens every single time, everywhere I go.
Yeah, it was
I would never
outright
have
mutilation.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would think it would be Glover, but you know, that's a conversation for another day, and we're going to have to review Dan as an admin after that, I think. But but no, just finally, mate. Obviously, last few races of the season, have you got a particular aim? Have you got like a points tally in mind that you'd like to hit, or is it purely just a case of trying to score points and survive the drop?
Yeah, just try and score points for the drop, really. Yeah, that's my aim. Not really thinking about how many, as long as I get enough.
Well, I think you're due a very good result sooner rather than later, mate. So just keep at it, and wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season, pal.
Thank you.
Cool. Back over to you, Si.
Thank you very much. Right, so as we said, next week Div1 heads to Russia, but before that we've got Div2's race around Belgium tomorrow night. We've got our current championship leader CJ streaking ahead. He's won 6 in a row now. Can anyone stop him? Let's find out tomorrow night. Join us then.